Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Cleaning Coach vlog. And today we'll be discussing, when you start taking on staff, do you take on employed staff or self-employed? Which one is best? What's the pros and cons? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ilse Whiteman, the Cleaning Coach. I am the creator of the Cleaning Coach Training Academy. This vlog today is sponsored by Customer Magnet System, a system where you wow your customers so you can charge them more and more money, pay your staff more money so you can get better quality staff. It depends on where you want your business to go in a year, 2 years or 5 years time. If you literally just want the cleaning yourself and you've decided that's what I'm doing, and now and then you just need a little bit of extra help just to get you through your workload, then I will recommend that you get either a contractor in to help you or you get a self-employed staff member to help you. There are certain limitations on self-employed staff. If you're actually thinking on growing your business and you know in a year's time, 5 years time, 10 years time, you want loads of staff, you want your business to grow and you want to be at a space where your business doesn't need you anymore, then you're definitely looking at an employee, taking on an employee. Now, I know a lot of you are worried about taking on employees because you think the amount of money it's going to cost you. You have to do their tax, you have to sort out their national insurance, you have to pay maternity, you have to pay sick pay. But all of those things, I want you to look at it as it's a benefit to your employee. Self-employed staff do not get those benefits because they're self-employed. Contractors don't get that because they're contractors. That's exactly what they are, and you don't have to offer them all that benefit. However, a self-employed person that you're going to get to help you in your business, you cannot control what they wear, what cleaning standards they give to a certain extent, the car they drive, how they turn up, how they speak to customers. You literally give them the customers and they do that. They decide when they do that. They decide how they deal with customers. So if you get that customer in and you give it to a self-employed person to do, you technically have not got a lot of rights on what they do and what they don't do. You also have got the fact that you might lose some customers. They can sign a non-compete agreement, but however, they don't have to stick by it. They don't work for you. They also are allowed to work for other cleaning companies and they have got their own customers. So I had a policy in my business that cleaners I employed were not allowed to work for other cleaning companies because I give them the training and I knew that they will be like, they are technicians once they've done the training. They will be really good employees. They will be an asset to your business. And I didn't want them to take the way I cleaned and the way I did my business and for them just to go and do it for another cleaning company. Or maybe even tell another cleaning company how you do things, how you get customers in and share that information. You have got no control over a self-employed person as far as that is concerned. And technically you can insure a self-employed person or a contractor, however they should have their own. But it will cost you a lot more money to insure a self-employed person or a contractor than an employee, because of the fact that you don't control what they do, what hours they work and what uniform they wear. You don't control any of that. They have to supply the materials. They can turn up in such a dirty car and they're representing your business. So that's the biggest difference between the sort of self-employed staff member. And then when we get to employees, you give them hours, you control everything. You tell them what to do, how to do it. You tell them to dress. You can train them on customer service, train them to clean. You give them a uniform to wear. You can give them car magnets to put on their cars when they go to customers' houses to advertise your business because they work for you. They can sign an agreement that they don't work for other cleaning companies or they're not allowed to if they're under your employment. You can give them a non-compete agreement which says they're not allowed to take your customers. You know what works best material-wise, or even if you do eco cleaning products, you can tell your employees or give it to them and say, this is what you use. Or you can choose, use your customers. But you can control that. And you are in control of the client. The client contacts you if there's a problem. You invoice the client, not the employee. That you can't control with a self-employed person because they deal with all that side of things. And you have people that self-employed probably will want to go on their own a lot quicker because they're already there, they've already got the business, they're self-employed. And then remember, when you take on employees, you don't actually have to pay tax and national insurance till they earn, I think at the moment currently is £11,850. So therefore, if they earn under that a year, you will not have to pay tax and national insurance. However, HMRC actually offers an app. You literally put in their hours and they will tell you how much tax and national insurance you need to actually pay. It's literally as simple as that. Then you pay their tax and national insurance, if any is due, and then you send it off to HMRC, you pay them, and you've done your bit. And then you've got to remember that an employee of yours actually has not got any big rights as an employee unless they've been with your company for 2 years. So if they mess up within the first 2 years, it's quite easy to get rid of them. So then we get to maternity leave. Don't stress about problems now that you might encounter in 3 or 4 years' time, because what you're doing is you're stressing out and you're not implementing anything. You're not doing it because you're so afraid of what's going to happen. There are so many help resources out there, obviously including myself. HMRC, there's employment agencies that will help you for free to sort out these problems. An employee also gets statutory maternity pay, and they can actually have a grant as well from the government for when they have their first baby. So maternity pay is paid for the first 39 weeks as it currently stands. So they get 90% of the total sort of average earnings. Obviously it might vary some weeks, before tax that is, for the first 6 weeks. And then they will get £145.18 or 90% of their earnings, whichever is lower, to cover for maternity pay. But they have to give you the right notice, proof that they're actually pregnant. But before they even qualify for that, they have to earn a minimum of £116 a week with your company. And then if they've worked for you, for your company, continuously for a minimum period of 26 weeks. And if you still haven't made your mind up whether you employ or self-employed, just remember you can't really control self-employed people. However, I did have self-employed people in my business working for me, helping out. But you can sort of figure out whether they are self-employed people or not from the way they sort of turn up for an interview, the way they give you the interview. You can sort of like get a gut idea of who's a bit more sort of in the entrepreneurial sense of things. And I would also be honest and upfront with them and say, look, rather than you taking my clients, which I know you're going to want to do, let's come to some sort of agreement. You do, say for instance, that job, and you do not solicit your services there. So you cannot take that customer. But if I have got any other work that I can't do and you want more work, I will help you sort that out. We can sort each other out. So we have a relationship and we have a contract that states that. I also did have my self-employed staff members wearing my uniform. And I did train them, but I knew for a fact that training a staff member isn't cheap. And I knew that they wouldn't stay with my company for very long because they might even just come in just to have my training. But I was willing to take that risk because sometimes when things happen and I just needed that extra help, I just quickly did it. But I never expected them to stay for very long because they won't, because they're already set out on their own. There's nothing stopping them taking your customers and just going to the next level. Please remember this. Hire slow and fire fast. If you train them for the first week, or even 2 weeks, it should only really be for the first week. But if you train them for the first week and you don't see the results or you're unhappy about anything, you retrain them. And if you retrain them and you're still not happy, let go. You've tried. But don't get disappointed by the fact that that might happen. Just get somebody else. You just didn't get the right person. Just get somebody else until you get to the right person. It's about trial and error and doing it over again. And you have to train them thoroughly, majorly thoroughly, for them to be able to deliver the service that you need to protect your business reputation. I have got a video out on the next step when you actually get to employing your staff, as well as what interview questions to ask, which is inside my private group, which I will have on the pinned post. So if you'd like to know more, remember to join the cleaning business community. Click on the top visit group and you can get in there. So if you still have questions about whether it's self-employed staff or you have to employ a staff member, remember to pop your questions in the comments down below. If you've liked this video, remember to like it, please. And if you watch this video later on YouTube, remember to give me a thumbs me up and subscribe to my channel if you would like more videos like this and get notifications when my next vlog comes out. If you want more customers for your business, to download my customer roadmap, which is 9 steps or 9 ways that you can increase your customers in your cleaning business. See you later, guys. Bye.